know what reason he isn't here. Ellen, the graduation was canceled last Wednesday, has been rescheduled for tomorrow night at the same time as the debate. I'm going to have to withdraw from the debate due to the conflict with work. I apologize for the late notice, but my duties as security coordinator for District 2 require my full attention in light of why it was rescheduled. Thank you for your understanding. Matt Turner. Sheriff Knight, we will give you 2 minutes to do your opening statement if you'd like to step up to the podium.
Good afternoon. Hope everybody's had a good day. We want to thank you first thing for allowing us to serve you for these 4 years as your sheriff. We worked hard for you. We did everything we told you we would set out in the last campaign. A little about me for those of you that don't know me. I'm Elsie Knight, born and bred here in Dorchester County. Married Rhonda Garrod. She's also born and bred here in Dorchester County. Lived in a little community called Dorchester between here and St. George. We had 2 children, Troy, who is deceased, and Kelly, who is a partner in the night law firm. We have 2 grandchildren. Been in public service most of my life. Worked at SLED for almost 30 years. Was a magistrate in the county for almost 2 years, and been your sheriff for 4 years. So, been in public service. My entire family been in public service in this county for many, many years. My dad was sheriff for 28 years. My son, before he deceased, he was the attorney for the town of Somerville, a magistrate, and a town judge. 1 minute, thank you. My daughter, who is in the law practice here in Somerville, she is also a town judge for the town of Ridgeville, and she was also the town judge, town attorney for Somerville, and the town attorney for Ridgeville. Thank you.
Well, you can just stay up there since you're our only candidate that's here this evening. Your first question is, what are the pros and cons of establishing substations throughout the county?
First thing is the cost. When we took office, there were several substations. We got through figuring out what they cost us. We were paying $1,550 for one and about $1,100 for another. That was the 2. They had several other substations throughout the county, and we closed them all down because I never have had anybody walk into a substation and give themselves up. We solve crime by being in the street, in your subdivisions, in your community. I want the officers out there. If you can't staff a substation full time, you don't need it. My theory is, if they're in that car, they're patrolling in your neighborhood, you see them, the bad guys see them, they got a chance of catching the bad guys. Sitting up in a substation doesn't do that for us.
Okay, the next question. The Low Country was rocked by the Lewis Skip Reveal molestation case. Does this case shed light on any weaknesses in the law, or was it simply a case of someone managing to get away with his crimes?
I don't think it showed a weakness in the law. I think most probably it was a lucky break. A lot of our crimes we're able to solve by getting good leads, hard work, and getting some luck with them, because not every crime is going to be solved. I wish that they were. I've been at it for 35 years, and I still got murder cases from when I was a SLED agent that I still look at from time to time. Still have some of the copies of the file I look at and talk with the police officers that are in that area, such as Colleton County, where I have 2 that's unsolved, and we review those every now and then. The sheriff, some of his staff, and I will review to see whether there's anything we've missed, whether there's any new technology that will help us solve these crimes. I think it's just down to the ability of solving the case.
Okay. What is the difference between profiling and aggressive proactive enforcement?
Profiling is against the law, for one thing. That's what we can't do. So we don't tell our officers to do it. Aggressive patrolling is when you get out and watch someone, they violate the law, you have to stop them, and we hardly ever stop anybody that's not violating the law. They're doing something, either left the center, they're either speeding, they are driving erratic, some reason. So profiling is, like I said, against the law.
Okay. What is your stance on South Carolina's castle doctrine law? Does South Carolina need a stand your ground law similar to other states?
I'm not part of that. If you're talking about Sheriff Mack and what they're talking about, the sheriff, I said in one of my other talks, Sheriff Association sat down and discussed this. Some of the sheriffs had gotten letters from some of the legislative body that was looking at passing a bill in South Carolina on that. We reviewed that, we looked at it. The association decided we would not get involved in it. Since then, the association has asked for an opinion from the Attorney General. They've told us that it's illegal, don't do it. I stand with the association, I won't get involved in that.
Do you think it's appropriate that a sheriff can give away county-issued equipment when a deputy leaves office but doesn't retire?
No, ma'am, I do not. And I can tell you what, since I've taken office, and I know what you're making reference to, since those were brought to my attention, I got with county council, and we worked out a system where the sheriff has the right to give away weapons to officers when they retire, but there's a limit on the amount of time they have to serve continuous. And I got with council and helped put that in place. So I do not believe in giving away unless it's earned. If one stays with the county 15 plus years, they've kind of earned something whenever they leave, and that's what we've worked out.
The state recently implemented a new law addressing non-ferrous metal theft, which has become rampant. How has the new law impacted the situation? Has it been helpful at all in combating these types of thefts? And what, if any, further changes would you like to see or would you suggest?
It's been a pain in the royal rail. We work, but as an association, we work with the legislative body and put a good law before them, and it was watered down so much it's got no teeth. It's nothing but a pain for us, in that we, at the sheriff's office, have to issue every one of those permits. We've issued most probably 4,300, since that's went into effect a year and a half ago. All that added work, I don't think it's helped to solve the case. If we, as a sheriff's association, we've got back with the legislative bodies this year. We've given them 26 points that we'd like to see adjusted and changed. And I can't name all of them tonight, but there is more work on that to try to help us. We need that law. Some of you remember many years back, the pawn shops had come under scrutiny, and there was a law passed where they have to put up a thing on the computer where we can go in and look at what's been pawned and stuff. We want the scrap dealers to do something like that. Don't want to affect the living, just want some way to control it, because it's rampant, not only in Dorchester County, but everywhere in the state of South Carolina.
Well, as a follow-up to that, what exactly are the metal dealers required to do right now?
If I drive in with a permit issued by Dorchester County Sheriff's Office, they take it, write a receipt and go. What I'd like to see them do is take a picture of the person selling and the metal. Very simple. Let's take one picture, have that with a copy of the permit they got. Give us an idea. If we have a bunch of copper stolen, we go there, and Johnny has brought in a bunch of copper, and the description on the copper we've had stolen matches what Johnny's got. We got some other stuff. Now they drive in, they look at that permit, they unload it, and Johnny's gone.
Well, that's all I have for you. Your 2-minute closing statement.
Well, again, I thank you for allowing me to serve you for these 4 years. I'd like to serve you 4 more years. Our work is not finished. There's several other things that I want to do at the Sheriff's Office. We work every day real hard for you, critiquing our operation, trying to improve it, to give you a professional, economical law enforcement organization. Thank you.